white denim jacket is so out, but then I saw loads in summer in M&S, so I'm glad I haven't got rid of it because it's a really good jacket. But oh look, it's so tight, and I just remember it being a really slip-on loose jacket. No, that's an absolute no. Oh, I'm really feeling the podge. Can't just be me. Anybody else feeling a little bit podgy? Hi everyone, hope everyone's really well. Welcome to my channel. So this video is packed full of my own experience, hints and tips for a technique that I use and have used over the past year to lose weight. Now obviously over the holiday season I kind of let things go just a smidge. And I really enjoyed myself, and I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry at all. But I'm back to it now. I'm back on my program. So if you're in the same boat as me and you really want to know a fantastic way to lose weight without going on a diet, just by using a specific technique, stick with me. I'm going to go through that with you now. So my history, well, very up and down. I won't say I've ever been one to find weight loss easy. I like my food. I like wine and I like my food. Historically though, I have been able to mostly keep my figure to a reasonable size for me, due to the fact that I was an exercise fanatic. I loved exercise. I loved running. I used to run every day. I've done marathons and the really mad, intense workouts. I love all of those and the adrenaline. So I kind of was able to eat what I wanted. I didn't really have a healthy eating program. I wasn't stupid with it. I was reasonable, but I could eat. The amount that I ate was, I could eat what I wanted and as much as I wanted, really, because I was burning off so much. But it does, as you age and you go through different stages of your life, this happens, that happens, your weight goes up and down. For me, the most significant was injuries. I became injured. I hurt my back, and then I hurt my leg. I tore a little muscle in my leg, and my back in particular took a long time to deal with. A lot of physiotherapy. I had a fall and it was a long time healing, and during that time I couldn't really work out, so I kind of carried on eating what I was used to eating, and of course not burning it off. So my weight, of course it did, it ballooned. Now I can also put down menopause, on the list of reasons why I put on weight. I went into full-on menopause in 2020, and yes, I've ballooned, but it did coincide with 2020 not going to the gym anymore, and I didn't go back. I got out of the habit of going to the gym as it shut. And although I kept on running, I had these injuries and it just became so difficult to keep it up. So yes, of course, I put on weight. I put on 3 stone. Yeah, 3 stone. And as I was approaching 50, I decided I really needed to do something about it. And I've tried so many diets over the years. And this isn't a diet. This is a technique. It's a program, and it's something that it has changed my life. And I'll never go back now. I'm such an advocate for it. So what is it? It's intermittent fasting. I can't stick to diets. I have tried so many ridiculous diets as well, sensible ones. I've tried Weight Watchers, the other one's Slimming World. That was fun, going every week and queuing just to find out you hadn't lost any weight. I've tried some really crazy diets. Oh gosh, I once ordered this fruit juice diet and the bottles looked about that big, and they came all frozen. It was a 5-day program. I got 5 days worth. That was all I was supposed to do, was drink juice for 5 days, and the bottles were that big, so it was like a shot. And you had 5 bottles of juice per day for 5 days. Some of them were okay, but there were 1 or 2 that were like, oh, it was like sucking on the lawn, you know, proper. And they had little blobs in them. I think it was aloe vera, but it was like jelly blobs. So you'd just be eating drinking what was basically grass flavored water, with these little globules in them. It was just so vile. I didn't stick it, and I got such a terrible headache because I was detoxing on it, I guess. So yeah, that was ridiculous. Cabbage soup diet. I did that. That was a windy week. I won't do that again. So I could go on, but you get the gist. If you're very similar to me, you've probably been through a very similar history and, you know, tried all sorts of things. But at the end of the day, I can't stick to them. Low carb, keto, I can't stick to at all. I love my pasta, I'm sorry, and I like bread, and I like wine. And low carb, I can, just sensible low carb for a time. And then, you know, I fall back into my usual habits. It's just something that's not long-term sustainable for me. So fasting, I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm so in control of my life and my eating habits now. I have a window and I eat in that window. Now, I did a lot of research on fasting, and I absolutely recommend that you do too if you do want to start this program. I'll discuss that later. But what I did is I actually went in full on. I went on to a 19-5 fasting program, which means that you fast for 19 hours and you have a window of 5 hours where you eat. And it suited me. I quite liked that I dived straight in. I got really committed to it and I just went for it. There are so many different programs, and you can ease your way into intermittent fasting, and there's a lot of tips and stuff. Again, I'll discuss at a later date on those. But yeah, so I don't really control what I eat. I'm not silly, I'm reasonable, but I eat within that 5 hours. So it tends to be between like 1 and 6 o'clock. Have a snack at 1 o'clock, and then I have my evening meal around about 4 o'clock. And I'll eat what I want. I'll have days where I want to eat more than others, and I don't feel guilty about it. If I want a biscuit, I eat biscuit. Now, the way I've done it has been a slow progress. So I lost very steadily and consistently. I lost 14 pounds in total over a year. So it was slow, but it stayed off and it didn't go, well, apart from Christmas holiday, it didn't go back on. Yeah, I really went mad over the holiday period. But it really worked, and it felt great because nobody was saying to me, you can't have that and you can't eat this. I was just, I was in control of, what I had in the food cupboards and what I was making for my meal. And I automatically started to be more sensible because I was more mindful about what I was eating. Because I had this small window, I used to think, well, I really want to enjoy what I'm having during that window. So I used to really make something of the meals. I'm going to stop waffling. I'm going to tell you how much weight I gained. I gained 7 pounds. I gained 7 pounds from really letting myself go. And I don't care. Just really enjoyed it. I had a lovely time. Since I've been back on fasting, which has been 2 weeks, I've been back on my intermittent fasting for 2 weeks. And I'd gone up to, I'd say 12 stone, 13 pounds and 3/4. Just to make it sound better, basically 13 stone, 182 pounds. So I'd put on 7 pounds. Since going back on fasting, I've now got back down to 12.9, so I'm £2 off where I was right before we all broke off for the naughty season. So to lose 5 pounds in, what is it, 2 weeks, I think that's pretty good going. And I think my body's quite quickly got back into the rhythm of it as well. And just to give you an idea of a little bit of history, I'm going to show you a video clip and some photos of the other day I went through my wardrobe and I pulled out clothes that didn't fit anymore. You know, I've spent a fortune on clothes, and I just don't want to throw some of my stuff. There were some really expensive things, and I can't just, you know, afford to go out and restock my wardrobe constantly every time I change a dress size. So I really want to get back into some of my really nice clothes. So I pulled some stuff out, tried it on, and you'll see that in the video. My hair's different as well. I've recently done hair colour of the month, so don't adjust your sets. Your colour's fine, it's me. Just a little bit vibrant today. It'll fade. So yes, and there's some photos historically going over time. So some of me quite young when I was fit and slim, and some of me running. So you can have a look at those and I'll talk you through. The first couple of photos coming up are on holiday. My bikini. Mike took those. We're in Cyprus, a lovely holiday, but I felt quite good about myself there. And then I started to put on some weight. So this one I'm a little bit heavier, about 6 years ago that. And I decided to do something about it. So I started dieting, trying all sorts. I started running. I was running every day. That's when the weight really started to come off. I did 2 marathons. And also did lightweight walk, which is nearly 50 miles. Well, it was the way we did it because we got lost. But it was a lovely day out with family that. Well, actually, it was over 2 days, but it was really nice. I enjoyed that. So I was constantly taking photos, looking at my progress, seeing how well I was doing. I actually had really good shape. And I could wear pretty much anything. This was my favourite dress. Gosh, I had a lot of clothes, but this was a stunner. And then I hurt myself. I tore calf muscle. I had a fall. I really hurt my back and I piled the weight on. So this is last year when I very first started YouTube, and I'd put on 3 stone. I was doing clothes try-ons, which were 2 dress sizes up from what I was used to. But I started to lose it again through fasting. And I'm still on with that now. Of course, I've lost a stone of that 3 stone that I put on, so it's a good journey for me. Jackets. This one is well, I've had this, I don't even know how many years. It's lasted so long. I will say, next to pink, purple is my favourite colour. So I just want to show you this. I was at a point where this actually was a little bit big. It was a bit baggy. Oh, it's classed as a size 4 Ted Baker. I'm not quite sure what that is, what that means. I would suspect something like a 14, because when it was big, I was probably at my slimmest. Look, it's lasted. I used to wear this all the time for work. It's lasted such a long time. All right, let's try it. God. All right, I got an arm in. I got another arm in. Oh, and it feels really tight across the back. Look at that. I mean, I'm actually going to break the button if I try it. This used to be baggy, and it used to just sit and flow so nice. So it's staying in my wardrobe, and it is a Target one, that one, but probably not this year. But watch this space. And then this one, my favourite leather jacket. It's like a gorgeous plum. Again, Oh no, this one's a size 3. It's even smaller. God, this is going to be fun. Right. And it feels tight on the arms, on the top of the arms. I used to just fit so snug in this. I've got photos of me going around London on London trips and wearing this, all zipped up and everything. Oh no, there's the zip. I was going like that thinking, oh, that's not so bad, but it's there. So, oh dear me. No, that's just not going to happen, is it? I mean, it's miles away. Let's just say, can we do it? Can we? Oh no. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get that bit in. No, that's not gonna happen. Again, I'm not throwing it. I love it too much sugar. What do I look like? Oh, but that's terrible. I can't believe this used to fit. Oh dear. All right. I'm not getting down about it because I'm seeing it as a motivational thing. I'm going to fit into these, but it won't be. Definitely not this year. I've got a long way to go for that one. I'll bring it out again next year. Okay, let's get the next one. I'll try and dig out a photo if I can. My husband Mike will put it up on screen. I did an 80s night, went on an 80s night, and I went in all white denim with rainbow socks and a really fun top. And I was, this is a Hilfiger, and I was Tommy Hilfiger, and I was going to get rid of this some time ago on Vinted, and I couldn't let it go. And then I was thinking, well, you know, white denim jacket is so out. But then I saw loads in summer in M&S. So I'm glad I haven't got rid of it because it's a really good jacket. It's a medium. I can't believe I was so slim. Hey, here we go. But I have kept it and I will get back into it. It's a little bit stretchy this. So bear that in mind, it stretches. But, oh look, it's so tight. And I just remember it being a really slip-on loose jacket. No, that's an absolute no. Yeah, I'm not even going to go there. This isn't one for this year. So I do feel quite motivated. You know, I know sometimes you can look at old clothes and think how depressing you can't get it on. But I do actually feel quite motivated that I know that intermittent fasting works because I've done it and I did it with very little effort on what I was eating. So I know that it works and I know I can look forward to this year with confidence that I am going to lose more weight and that I will get back into some of my beautiful clothes. So moving forward, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I'm starting, well, as I said, I am on I've gone back onto fasting and I'm 19.5, but I am going to start onto a program, what it's called OMAD, which basically stands for 1 meal a day. And I did that for a week last year. I'll put a link in so you can actually go and watch that week if you want to and see how I got on. At the time, I didn't feel it was something I wanted to stay with, but it was a good boost during that particular week for me. So yeah, going forward, I'm moving from my 19.5. I'm going to go on to 1 meal a day just for a week or two, see how I feel with that. You know, not particularly have to stick to anything if you don't want to. And then again, I might be doing a 3-day fast, water fast. And so when you say what is fasting, fasting means no calories going in during that fasting period. So that's even like milking your tea or coffee. I now have black coffee and I can't even go back to milking coffee. Even when I'm in my window, I just prefer black coffee now. So no wine on an evening or the odd biscuit. It does mean fast. But that said, I will chat through a couple of tips and tricks in another video of how you can get into that intermittent fasting program successfully without struggling too much. Because to begin with, I'm not going to lie, it's quite a change, and it can take a little bit of getting used to. So I'll put a link in again when that video is up and running in the description, so you can go and have a look at that. So if you want to join me on intermittent fasting, firstly, disclaimer here, I recommend I'm not a professional in any shape or form, so please check with a medical professional first. Make sure that you're happy and have no concerns over starting fasting, particularly if you do have any health issues or you take any medication. I'll talk about my husband in a moment, but he can't. I wouldn't put him on the fasting program. So lots of research. There is so much research out there on fasting, and I'm still doing it after a year. I am still watching videos, reading information about fasting, finding out about new research and new findings on fasting and the benefits of it, not just weight loss, tons of health benefits, and they are, proven as well, proven stats on that. The best channel that I would recommend is a big channel called Zoe. You've probably heard of it. It's advertised all sorts of places. M&S are selling some of their products. So Zoe is a really good, solid source of information for fasting and other things as well, all health things. So check that out if you want to get going. So my husband is joining me on a weight loss program, but his is going to be slightly different. He'll be going, because of his diabetes, he'll be going low carb, which is good for him anyway, because he's got a terrible sweet tooth and he went mad over Christmas. So yeah, he's getting back into a program as well, and I'm putting him on low carb. He's got a little bit of weight to lose, to be honest. I don't think so. I like him as he is. I think he's lovely, but he'll feel a little bit more comfortable, I think. And again, like I said, everyone's different. Some people, my friends and family, will look at me, talk to me and say, but you don't need to lose any weight. It's how I feel, how I feel about myself, and the weight that I used to be. I feel very heavy now, and there are certain things that have come with that, with certain pains that I have. With my breast size, I tend to get a lot of pain in the side of my breast and in my back, as well as I've got heavier. And I just feel a lot sluggish, and things like going up the stairs, I don't feel very healthy at all at this weight. But everyone is different. I know some ladies that used to teach me gym class when I used to go to the gym, and they were bigger than me and far fitter, so healthy and so fit. So it's all about how you feel about yourself and your own body confidence, I guess it is. I do wish I had a little bit more body confidence. I am working on it, because even if I look back, even when I think of when I was a size 12, which is a perfect size for me, I was still moaning and still unhappy about certain parts of my body. A typical female. So yeah, for me, this size isn't right for me, and I do want to get back down to a size 12. I mentioned low carb and Mike going on low carb. I said myself, I'm not keen on low carb. If you want to boost intermittent fasting, low carb is definitely the way to go with that. It will really speed things up for you. I'm just happy with the pace that I was last year. Losing a stone over a year was fine for me. I'm happy with that, and I'd be happy to do that this year as well, just to very slowly and steadily lose that weight without it being too much effort. And that's the thing, it's not too much effort. I will be doing some regular progress check-ins, some weigh-ins. I'll let you know how I'm doing, so you can check in for those and see how it's working for me. I will be doing the other videos that I spoke of. I'll be doing the video on the top benefits of intermittent fasting, because it's not just about weight loss, but also I'll do the tips and tricks, for how to be successful at intermittent fasting, particularly when you're starting and you're trying to get into that program. And so that's it really from me. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.